inside the well, life can get tangled. Might the money. Might the money. Might the money. I'm making money, Mike the.
Welcome back to Mic'd Up Money. We are here with your weekly episode to discuss business credit the Mic'd Up Money way. So let's go ahead and dive in and talk about what business credit really is. Let's talk a little bit about the difference between the EIN and the Social Security number. A lot of people have stated that you don't necessarily have to build business credit using your Social Security number. And they're saying that there are several sources out there to where you can just use your EIN number only. Have you all been familiar with those sources for your business or encountered any of that?
Well, I heard some of that foolishness because they'll tell you that you could just get an EIN and use that as your Social Security number.
Well, that's where we got to debunk that myth because your EIN is not a Social Security number.
Yes.
Two different things.
Yeah, and they will actually take the EIN number and try to put it in
Social Security.
As Social Security because the EIN starts with 2 slots, but your Social Security number starts with 3 slots. And they're actually trying to do that because it's no credit on that EIN number.
Okay.
And so they pretty much have saying that they're using a blank slate to do anything with this EIN number. But, it's some things, the only thing I'm concerned about, it gets into being illegal.
Okay.
Because you're misrepresenting an EIN as a Social Security number.
So most applications, though, when you're going to fill them out, they'll flag it because it's not enough characters for them to even submit it. So
no, both of them have the same amount of characters.
I mean, the difference between the two is one is given to you at birth. Like that's what the government identifies you as. That's what you pay taxes through. That is what your identity is. Correct. Even if you don't ever get a business, you always gonna have a Social Security number. Duh, right? A EIN is when you establish a business, and after you establish the business, you are assigned the EIN through the IRS, and you can use that to build business credit. You can use that to apply for certain things, right?
Yeah, both of them have 9 digits.
do they?
Yeah. And so, but
it's just that the first two are different.
Well,
because the EIN starts with 2 and the Social Security number starts with 3.
Right, but they use the EIN as though it's a Social Security number.
I didn't realize both of them were still both 9 digits. I don't think I ever paid attention to that. Yeah. I just knew that one starts with the EIN number starts with 2 digits and your Social Security starts with 3.
Yeah, but I'm saying some of them are teaching them to take the EIN number and use it like a Social Security number.
Yeah. I've ran into that in my past of teaching business credit. So that's one of the biggest myths that people believe. What's another big myth that you've heard about building business credit?
LLC is the way to go.
Okay, explain it.
Well, LLC is a good elementary thing to start with. But, when you start going to the different tiers, you have to go into a corporation eventually.
Okay.
To get the major funding.
Okay.
Because LLC, you have to remember, it's only a state invention. It has no federal weight. Because the IRS would say LLC, you either a partnership, you either a sole proprietor, or you a corporation. And so that's how they look at it. But if you are a sole proprietor or a partnership with the IRS, you have no rights. They can come take your money, anything. The only time you can stop the IRS from taking your money is being a corporation because the corporation has its own rights.
Okay, so that's different from what I know.
I know.
Because I build quite a bit with just a LLC. I'm not saying that you can't, but it's just based off my experience. This is where I'm talking from. I built quite a bit with just a LLC, over $100,000 worth. And so the only thing that I knew that I needed to maximize that out is eventually you get to where in the tiers that you can't necessarily like dodge using your Social Security anymore. You have to start leaning some on your personal credit to continue to like excel it. Because at some point it does get to where you kind of like run out of wiggle room to just do EIN on number only funding. Yeah. But that never has been dependent on my business structure.
Well, see, on this Mic'd Up Money 2 here, if you like and subscribe, it talks about it. You can get up to tier 3 with LLC. Yeah. But to go to tier 4 where it demands a different complex structure. The equity and people getting a part of your corporation, you are a part of the business interest. You would have to be a corporation to do that.
See, I don't see that as business credit though.
Well,
Yeah.
I got a question as we wrap up this segment. From both of your perspectives, being eight years business, I'm getting okay, and then
Over 35 years.
a lot of years in business. What is? I just want to know, like, what is y'all's definition of business credit in one sentence?
To me, business credit is credit that you have that's not attached to your personal credit. I mean, it's just that simple for me.
One word: leverage.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we're going to move into segment 2.
Welcome back to Mic'd Up Money, where we're talking about business credit the Mic'd Up Money way. So let's kind of dive a little bit into about why do lenders care about business credit? What's your perspective on that?
Well, lenders, the only reason they care about business credit is they want a return on their investment. So they're giving you money so you can bring it back with interest. That's the only thing they care about it.
So typically, how fast can business credit actually be built in your experience?
It depends how deep you want to get, because there are different tiers to the business credit. It can take up to 10 months to 1 year to get up to about tier 3.
Okay.
If you do it in the accelerated fashion.
We can agree on that.
Yeah. But to get to tier 4, it's going to take a little more foundational groundwork and a little bit more financial reporting to get to tier 4.
Okay, so let's talk about that. Making sure your business is set up for credit approval. So you said LLC versus S corp or sole prop. What are the advantages and disadvantages when you're building business credit?
Well, I have to be honest. They have taken LLC and they have turned that into like the go-to. And even if you talk to a bank and you're a corporation, they keep talking to you like you're LLC because they train everybody for LLC. The problem with LLC is if you structure it the way that everybody else does, you have no protection. If you owe state taxes, they just come take your money. If you owe federal taxes, they just come take your money. And so, a lot of times people usually take their eye off the ball when it comes to taxes. And so you won't have any protection. So you building up all this credit, but if they doing levies on your account back and forth, you have lost everything you built up.
Okay.
Does every business even need a business credit? Like, do they even need credit as a business? I mean, honestly, because you got some businesses that just don't have it. So does everyone need business credit? What do y'all think?
I feel like if you know that you are trying to grow and scale your business, absolutely. Because it's going to come a point in that process of growing and scaling that cash is just not going to be enough. So why not, if you have the opportunity, especially if you're structured correctly and the resources there, why not just go ahead and give yourself access to it? Of course, use it responsibly and save your cash for like other things that may be more important, not more important, but like maybe like emergencies or something like that you can have quick access to.
Well, I know like if you have like just regular credit, a credit card expires, that they'll take your line of credit. Doesn't business credit do the same thing?
It can.
So I'm like, if you get it and you don't use it, like you just have it, it's eventually gonna expire. So when would you recommend, or when would either one of you recommend getting business credit, or what point of your business do you need to go and get it? And you don't even have any intention to use it. You're growing, but you don't even have intention to use it. So you can lose it and you have to start the process all the way over again.
Yeah, that's a great question. So when it comes to like business credit cards that are like your traditional bank cards and stuff like that, you could pretty much treat those like a personal card. Like, hey, you're not using this account. If you don't use it for something, like we're probably going to end up closing this. And that usually doesn't take really long, like if you just don't have any activity, right? But when it comes to like business credit, like vendor-based accounts where you get like
Ranger and stuff,
right, like your net terms with, usually those take a long time before they just like, hey, we haven't seen you use this credit line in a while. Like, are you still wanting it or whatever? Because just as an example, I had one with Home Depot for my old business, and I promise you I hadn't used it probably in like 2 or 3 years. And it took them at least 4 years to send me like, hey, we finna close this because you haven't used it. So I don't know if that's because maybe shortage of staff or whatever may have been going on, there. But it took them a long time for them to finally be like, hey, we finna close this because we haven't seen you use it in years. So that's been my experience. I don't know if you've had something different.
Well, I went from I had Amazon business account. They had me a credit line on invoices, and I was able to use that. But then when I got an Amazon American Express credit card, they closed out my invoices because I stopped using the invoices. And then they wanted a better payment method to make sure they got payment. Because invoices, they were totally 100% exposed. But with American Express, they don't, American Express is taking that exposure as far as credit risk.
And so the answer to the question is yes, you're going to need it if you want to grow, but do not let it expire. Use it, and if you don't use it, it's probably going to close. Okay.
I mean, because you could easily, like, if you have a business credit card that's just there, like, you could easily put a subscription or some low bill on there for like automatic payment and just pay it right back, just to keep it open, right? Just to keep it active. But I wouldn't go get an extensive amount if you know you're not going to use it within like the next 6 months to a year, because it's going to look a little faulty as to, well, why did you come and get this? Because obviously you needed the funding. You had plans for the funding, but you didn't use the funding. So like, why is it here? Not saying they running out, but they could have offered it to somebody else. You know what I'm saying? So I would say, like, if you know you're going to need it and you still need to keep it open, you could do something simple like that, like just put a small subscription or maybe like your virtual office fee or something like that on there, just to keep it open and active.
Got you. Well, we're going to wrap up this segment and move into the next one.
Welcome back to Mic'd Up Money. We're here with your weekly episode discussing business credit the Mic'd Up Money way. And so what I want to talk about is what mistakes cause automatic denials in terms of business credit. Like, why would I be getting a denial letter or not approved?
Well, the first thing I heard that they're going to deny you for is validation and verification. If they cannot see that you're a real business, you don't have Google My Business, you don't have a website, you don't have a business phone number, you don't even have a business email, they're going to say no. This is too much of a risk for us to take. We're not going to do it.
Yeah. So there's about 6 or 7 factors that they're going to consider when they're going to validate your business that's going to give most of the approval. And then there may be some additional things like on the back end, like some of them may analyze like your transactions in your bank account to see how much cash flow is going in and out. And some of them just analyze your bank account just to make sure it's a real account, that you're not doing like any terrorist-based stuff.
First, you have to have a business account.
You have to have a business. That's one of the 6 or 7 criteria. So your business bank account, your Google My Business page, your business email address, your business address, your website, and a business.
In your industry.
Huh?
Your industry.
What you mean, your NAC and 6 codes?
Well, some industries are so much fraud in it, like credit repair. No.
Right. So you have
tax prep. No.
You have the high profile like industries that
high risk
industries, right? That are like, if they're in this industry, they're probably gonna get denied anyway, because you have some lenders that just won't lend to certain businesses in certain industries. But since business credit has been out here for a good minute now, you have some lenders that will only lend to like a cannabis business or an adult toy business or a travel business. They'll only lend specifically to those businesses, whereas the other ones will be like, no, it's too risky. We're not going to lend to those types of businesses.
Well, that's their niche in the market, because they wouldn't, they're going to charge some higher interest because, they don't have anywhere else to go. But like I said, the only reason they give out business credit because they want to get a return on their money.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so how long after forming your business entity, I'm not going to say just the LLC, but how long after forming your business entity should you start applying?
Well, let's just say, let's give it up to 6 months, because before you get started, it's going to take a time to get your website up. It's going to take time to make sure your email is working, make time to get your business phone listed. You could do all this stuff in one day. But the thing about it is, it may take it 3 or 4 months to flow through the internet.
Mm-hmm.
So you can start being found when people do a Google search on you.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the problem that people have. You can do it right away, but if they do a Google search on you and you don't come up, then you're doing it too fast.
Okay, that makes sense. So when we're looking in terms of business credit reporting, what are some business credit reporting agencies that you're familiar with?
Well, everybody knows about Dun and Bradstreet. They have Equifax, they have Experian. They even have this other one. I found out, if you get this mic'd up money too, right here, shameless plug for us. If you subscribe to our channel on YouTube and then you like it, we will find you and we will give you this tool. And it talks
about find them to get them too.
Well, if they put their email address in the comments,
I ain't finna go looking for
them. They go to our website, mic'dupmoney.com, and they give us some feedback on this show. We can, send them that tool fast. But it talks about, this is what I love right here. It talks about the different ones that's doing credit. They got Credit Safe out there now. Mm-hmm. It tells you which ones report to which, what vendors report to what agency. Mm-hmm. And it tells you what agency you need to make sure your credit get reported to, so you can build business credit fast.
Okay.
And
so
I too.
Which one was the one that you said was on there you didn't know about?
Credit Safe.
Oh yeah, I talked to you about Credit Safe before.
Yeah, but I see it out. I see Experian. I see Equifax. Dun and Bradstreet.
Credit Safe doesn't report to a lot of people. They're like kind of like last choice. Most of the ones you're gonna see is the Equifax and the Experian. The SBFE is another one. Dun and Bradstreet is another one. The SBFE, is the SBFE on there?
Oh no.
No. Okay.
We're just talking about the major ones.
Yeah.
The big boys.
So most of those are like the major ones that you're gonna find that people report to, and you can always ask your vendor, who do you report to, and you can always ask them how many days does it take them to report, so you know when to expect your scores to start populating on your reports.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to wrap up this segment on where business credit is reported.
Welcome back to Mic'd Up Money. We are here on your weekly episode discussing business credit the Mic'd Up Money way. So I want to just go in and dive into like how people can start building business credit if they're interested in doing that. So for the most part, most people start at their net 30 accounts. And this is if you already have the things that we talked about earlier. So you already have all of the things to validate your business, because as you do the application process, the people are going to look you up. They're going to determine whether or not you're real, all of those things. So you want to make sure you have all of those already in place. But most people, especially people who don't have such great personal credit, are going to start in net 30 accounts. So what are some of those net 30 accounts that you have listed?
If you go to our Mic'd Up Money tool that we're offering, shameless plug, because I just need y'all to get this product. It would tell you it gives you a strategic plan on what you need to do. And I made sure that the tool is at a level that most people can understand it. And it tells you which ones that you need to apply to first. It tells you pretty much it's a game plan. Mm-hmm. So that you can get the credit you deserve as a business.
Okay, so most of those vendors are going to be office supplies, gas cards, industrial supplies. So most of them are going to fall up under that in your tier 1, and then you'll be able to graduate to tier 2, which is still some office supplies. You may end up graduating into like being able to access stuff like Sam's, which Sam's sells pretty much everything now if you order through their website.
You see that? You see this tool right here? Uh-huh. It tells you tier 1, and then it tells you what's tier 2.
So are you telling me not to tell the people?
Yeah, I'm just saying they need to get this tool.
I'm not disagreeing with it.
Yeah, well, I'm just telling you. They need to get this tool. This tool is comprehensive.
Well, apparently I don't need to tell y'all, and y'all just need to download the tool. That's what I'm being told. So let's talk about what net 30 accounts are then, since you want them to download the tool to get access to the vendors. What are net 30 accounts?
Net 30 is an account that you have to pay in 30 days.
It's a payment term.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was sure about to say y'all just keep going. I'm like, y'all mentioned that 30. What if I'm a new person coming to this show and I don't know nothing about business? I'm like, what is a net? Let me see if I can look it up.
Yes.
Baby, please tell these folks what these terms mean. Everybody is not a
net
business knowledge
30
person.
is a payment term, and it's not always net 30. You have some vendors that will do net 7, net 14, 30, 60, 90, 120. Usually it don't go past 120. You have some that may, but usually 120 is going to be like the max. And that's just a payment term, like Jazz just said. It's literally the amount of days that you had to pay that particular vendor back. Preferably pay them early so it can assist your score. Does the tool say that?
Well,
I was just about
okay.
to say, perfect.
Okay, this is cool because the two, some people say, well, you go get your Sam's Club business card. Do you know it does not report to anybody?
That
Well,
don't mean you can't have it.
Yeah, but you have it, but it's not doing you any favors. The fuel man,
You
the same
still got
thing.
leverage.
You still have leverage, but it's not reporting to anybody.
And I still got a credit line that's give me leverage to buy anything I want.
Yeah. See, but
And flip
I'm just saying, if you're gonna get this
some
stuff,
of them you gonna take some L's on. Like real talk. All of the ones that I had for the old business that I had, all of them did not report. But it didn't hinder me from building $175,000 in business credit.
you see, but the thing about it is, I be looking at all these YouTube videos, and they be telling you to go get these cards, and I'm saying some of these cards they tell you to go get, they do not report to anybody.
Some of them don't report. Some of them just, they don't.
It depends on the industry you in too. You mentioned Sam's Club. If I'm a vending machine owner, I'm gonna go to Sam's Clubs almost every.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying?
If I can still
matter.
leverage that to maximize my profit, I don't care about who is reporting to. I'm finna use this Sam's card to order my vending machines, order the stuff that's gonna go in my vending machines, and they probably offer some maintenance items to be able to keep up the vending machines. I'm still gonna use the credit line.
And the YouTubers probably saying that because they got affiliate marketing things. I mean,
No.
let's just be no. Sometimes they do that.
You're not gonna build
if you
anything.
Go and you put this in
with that one card.
Well, I'm just saying, if you keep doing stuff that don't build, you just wasting your time.
It ain't that many that don't report. Trust me, it's only a small bit of them.
According to this, do you know you can get you a Wells Fargo secured bank card?
Now the main banks no,
and it doesn't report to anybody.
No, because they gonna report to your personal credit.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, you need this guide because you need to know that what you're doing is going to work for you. Rather than just going on YouTube and have all these people tell you stuff and you go look it up and it doesn't even exist.
Well, to sum up this episode, please buy that Mic'd Up Money credit building playbook.
No, it's free. It's free.
Oh, my bad. Please subscribe so you can get access to the Mic'd Up Money
free
business credit playbook. Move to the next segment.
Welcome back to Mic'd Up Money. We're here on your weekly episode discussing business credit the Mic'd Up Money way. So let's talk about using business credit the right way, as we were kind of discussing a little bit ago. So you want to tell the people how to use, because I'm scared to say anything else.
Oh, because I'm talking about this too. Because I got a section in this too. Because I'm telling people how to strategically use business credit for their good.
Okay.
See, a lot of people get the business credit card and they just put their meals and stuff on there. Little travel, stuff like that.
We trying to tell them what to
do. See, but the thing about it is you're supposed to use this to have leverage. So for every $1 you spend, you want to be able to get back $2 in revenue. And so that means that you got to make equipment investments, marketing investments, inventory investments, and also you have to do campaigns, and you have to be able to do that so you can make money. So for every $1 you spend, you're supposed to be able to generate $2 extra with that.
Okay. And what should it not be used for?
Personal expenses.
Yes, please don't go to the liquor store with your business credit card.
Now, don't get me wrong. Some companies you can't write it off with ours, but you can go purchase alcohol if you having like an event or whatever, right? And that comes with the
not every day
in business. I'm not talking about every day.
No, not every day.
Like
but if I own an event business, or
Yeah.
if I'm a bartender,
don't go to the smoke shop.
If I'm a bartender, I might go every day.
I mean, if you own like a smoke lounge or whatever, you're gonna use.
No,
you're gonna go and
you're
buy
a lawn care service. You don't need to. You going to the
Well,
salon.
that's for lawn care
Well,
service.
that's different. I'm just saying, in
You,
some cases,
you a
to
beauty
where
shop. You don't need it.
in
Now,
some
if they serve
cases-
champagne to their customers, yes, they do.
yeah,
Because
Yeah,
a lot
the
of these
salon do
nail
it.
salons in
Yeah.
place, that's what they do now.
Okay.
I
saw
need
like
it
some
delivered at my
margarita.
door, actually.
Yeah.
I'm not going to come get it. Deliver it here. Be my rep and deliver it.
I do go to a nail shop that gives me my choice of a
Yeah,
alcoholic
yeah,
beverage.
Oh, so
Mm-hmm.
you participate in libations. You better call the people out.
No, I'm just saying I go to one that gives you that, but I don't think it's good to drink and drive.
I don't disagree
They don't
with
give you that much. You got a limit.
Yeah.
For
They
the
ain't
ones
there,
I
they
go
ain't there to
to.
make you jolly and full.
Yeah.
It's just for you to enjoy the euphoria of the experience just a little bit more. That's it.
Hey, some people can't hold their liquor. I don't.
Well,
I
don't drink. It's obvious. Don't do it.
Kinda like a self-led responsibility.
Yeah.
Can you pay yourself with business credit?
I don't think you should.
What
I don't
are
know.
what are
Y'all
the
tell
tax
me.
rules around it?
Well, to pay yourself, you can pay yourself wherever you want to.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem is,
Is it
are
legal?
you going to be able to pay that credit card bill if you pay yourself with the credit card?
That's a good question.
And usually not, because if I
It's
got
not
to
like
use my
fraud.
credit card
It's not like scamming.
and take an advance on it to pay myself, and then when that bill come due, what I'm going to do, because I haven't generated any income.
Okay. And utilization on business credit?
Hold on. Go back to that. So you
Oh.
can, but you shouldn't, is what you're saying.
I don't think it's a wise move.
Okay. That's what I was trying to get clear.
Because some of them you can do a cash advance,
Yeah.
and you can't use that cash advance to pay yourself.
Yeah, especially if you got like a credit line and you can just access the cash. Usually when you have credit lines and you're having, maybe you do come up short for payroll and you have people you have to pay, you
Mhm.
can pull the cash from the credit line and pay your
That makes sense.
people. But the idea is hopefully by the time the next cycle rolls around, that's already paid back off. But some people don't do it that way.
And they can go down the rabbit hole of things, though,
Yeah.
and end you in a lot of debt.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
But yeah, like she said, utilization. How does that affect the score?
In my experience, business credit utilization, unless it's coming from like a traditional lender, it doesn't really matter. They want to see you use it a lot, because that lets them know, kind of to some extent, that your business must be doing something. That may not always be true, but they don't really care about the utilization on their side. It's not really something that's pitted against you, like when you're looking at your business credit reports. Now, if it's from a traditional lender and they're reporting to your personal credit, that's a whole different story.
Right.
But yeah.
Because you don't need to have high utilization on your personal credit, because then it'll credit score go down.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. You look like you had something to say. Is
Well-
that in the two?
Well, I'm sure it's in the two. Now I could go home and put it in the two.
What?
But
It's like add it in
because
there.
there's nothing that I ever thought to put in the two, the utilization on the business account, because basically, like I said, they just want to make money.
Mm-hmm.
And if you paying your credit card and you paying the interest and paying the fees to keep the subscription or whatever they have, some of them do charge you to have the card.
Mm-hmm.
They're happy about it, but I never thought about utilization because first you had to get the doggone thing before you do anything else.
Okay.
Well, we're going to wrap up this segment on using business credit the right way and move into our last segment.
So if you like what you heard on this week's episode about business credit, the Mike the Money way, you can visit business credit. You can visit Mike the Money at www.mikethemoney.com to receive your free business credit tool. Make sure you subscribe, provide feedback about the episodes each week, and you can get access to more tools that we have to offer. Also, if you are looking to receive some assistance in your business credit process, you can book a consultation with the experts. The experts are here to assist you and help you. Also, make sure you follow us across all socials. Mic'd Up Money is the handle at MICDUPMONEY is where you need to follow us across all socials. And you can watch us now on YouTube. So make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Check in, comment, so we can engage with you. What else am I missing?
Well, we're going to expand to TikTok. So they're going to be able to watch us on TikTok in a minute.
Okay. Well, we're expanding to TikTok land, apparently. But, okay.
Yeah. And don't forget about the $12.99 level
I'll leave
playbook.
that to you. Tell the folks about it.
Well, you're doing such a good job of talking over there. But the playbook, it has different tools on it that you need for your business. And the thing about it is, this is not like a regular talk show. We trying to help entrepreneurs because this is real money talk. And we know that people need real money talk to have success in their business. So go in, do what you need to do, get the free tools so that we can help you. Book consultation with everybody so that you understand how to make your business grow, especially in the next year. Things are getting tighter. Things are getting cleaner. You need more clarity. You need to have a roadmap, a plan to go to the next level. That's why you need Mike the Money.
And that's it. That's all.
And when booking your consultation, please visit each individual page to see what the area's expertise for each person is. You do not want to book a consultation with a person that does not know what they're talking about. So with that being said, do not book a consultation with me for business credit because I will look at you crazy. Have a wonderful day.
Like the money, let's go.